Good evening, believers. How are you doing today? This is Love Coach Dasha coming to you today for the Healing Hour Live. Now, if you've never been with me before, I do something a little bit different than you've heard of before. I am a relationship coach specifically for women who want to stay and reconcile and forgive and be with their honey still after infidelity. All right. I know it's a big, tall order, but you know what? I'm up for it. I got the answers, I got the solutions that I want you to hear that you can actually get to a better place. I don't think that you have to suffer forever and ever because of this. I don't feel like you have to be stuck anymore. All right. I want you to go ahead and be happy again. All right. I don't know what's going on with my what is happening over here on Instagram? I switched phones. It wasn't even coming up. All right, let's try like this. All right, so everybody that is here with me, I see you coming on and joining me on Facebook. Let me make sure I got everybody on Instagram. All right, it 3, 2, 1, it did it again. All right, hey there on Instagram. This is Love Coach Dasha coming to you for the Healing Hour Live. Glad to be with you today. We are here to talk about healing and reconciling after infidelity. Hard thing to do, but definitely doable because I've done it. I know for sure that it's doable because I myself have done it. I am 16 years past the last D day, okay? 16 years. That whole once a cheater, always a cheater thing, that's some bullshit because I know for certain that that's not the case anymore, all right? So I want to teach you what I've learned about walking the healing path, getting to a better place, okay? I don't want you to keep on suffering. I don't want you to keep being stuck where you are and feeling bad and feeling like you can't get out of this place, but you still love your honey. You want to be with them, but you don't know how to. I am here. I'm all about the how, okay? I am all about the how. All right, let me make sure I can see everything. If you've never been with me before, if you're on Facebook or hey Nada, I see you over there on Instagram. Hey girl, glad you're here. If you've never been with me before, go on over to streamyard.com/Facebook and let it see your Facebook identification so that I can see it on my screen. If you're doing that for Facebook or for YouTube, if you've never actually signed up for that before, okay? All right. We're going to do our thing today. So, I'm so excited to be back with y'all. Oh, I have all the secrets and I want to tell you all the secrets. So, you all come on, you ask me any questions that you want during this hour, and we are going to talk about it. We're going to figure this thing out. I can show you how to actually overcome this. I know the path. All right. All righty, y'all. My computer is just running super slow. I'm trying to make sure I can see everything on Facebook, but I'll keep going in the meantime. So, first things first. This is the first thing we always do every single time that we are with each other, okay? I need you to do your deep breathing with me. Are you going to do your deep breathing with me? Come on, join me and do the deep breathing. We do 4-7-8 breathing. Now, I do that because it is the rhythm of numbers that gets me the most out of my head. 4-7-8 just for some reason throws me off and makes me think a little harder, makes me focus on the breathing and focus on the numbers instead of focusing on whatever I'm anxious about. So that is just the one that is my favorite. You can do 5-5-5. You can do any set, any combination of numbers that you like for your deep breathing, as long as you are doing your deep breathing. Okay. I need you to do it every single day, 5 times a day. I need you to be doing that 5 times a day, 5 times in a row, 5 times a day. You're going to help yourself get to a better place if you are doing your deep breathing. Okay. So we're going to do our deep breathing all together. If you need a video, it's on YouTube. I got a video on YouTube, my Love Coach Dasha channel on YouTube. Go on over there. It says start here and breathe. I walk you through it. Okay. So you can, and it's 5 times instead of 3 like we do on the live. So you can go on over there and subscribe while you're at it too. I want to get my subscribers up this year. All right, so we're going to do 478 breathing. What we do is blow out. You're going to exhale so you can get all that carbon dioxide out of your lungs. If you've been anxious, if you've been stressed out, you've got a little bit of excess carbon dioxide down in your lungs. When you have that, your brain actually picks up on that and says, oh, something must be terribly wrong because the carbon dioxide level is off. So if you can just work on that part alone, just slowly exhaling, blowing out. It's going to help you just on general purpose. It is going to tell your brain that there is nothing wrong with you. You are safe. That's just a little bit of excess carbon dioxide. You breathe it out already. It's no big deal. All right. Then you're going to, after you exhale, you're going to inhale for a count of 4. We're going to hold that breath for a count of 7. And then we're going to blow out like we're blowing out an entire cake full of birthday candles for a count of 8. All right. If you've never done it before, it's a little difficult the first time you try and blow for a whole count of 8. But you know what? I know you can do it. Just join along with me. I will count it out for you. Okay. All right. So first things first, we're going to blow out. Inhale through your nose. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Lovely. How does it feel when you do your deep breathing? Should feel pretty good. Should feel like you get a little bit of a grip. You should feel like your head might get a little bit swimmy too, because all that fresh oxygen after you've been anxious and stressed all out and you haven't had that fresh oxygen in your brain may make you feel a little swimmy in the head, but it feels better, right? Doesn't it feel like you get a little bit of control over yourself? You're not freaking out quite so bad. It's a good thing. Let me know. Give me likes, give me love. If you did your deep breathing with me, you feel a little different when you do it. Let me know. All right. So, matter of fact, give me likes, give me love if you're here with me. Let the algorithm know you like me. Okay. Go ahead and hit that like button so that I know that you're with me. All right. All right. My computer is running super slow in the background. That's all right. I can still see it all on StreamYard. Okay. All right. So second thing that we're always going to do. All right. We are always going to work on this. This is a basic thing that will help you with a trauma. Okay. We are going to do our journaling. All right. I need you to sit down and do your journaling. I need you to stop feeling like, oh, that's not very important. That's not a big thing. That's not a big deal. I need you to take it seriously, and I need you to start consistently doing it. Okay. If you are trying to heal from this, you need to start putting some stuff down in a book. Okay. If you are healing, a lot of the time you will find the answers in the journal. You will look back and you'll be like, oh, yes, this exact thing happened just a month ago or just a week ago or last Tuesday. You will know when things happen, why they happen, if you start writing things down. Okay. So I need you to work on that. I need you to be committed to that. Can you be with me and be committed to doing that? Because it is important. All right. Your memory is not great when you're going through a trauma. It feels like it's great sometimes because things are very crystal clear and sharp, but it's usually only things that are painful and not everything else. So you're missing a lot of information if you're just focusing on the things that seem like they're crystal clear to you. Even when they're all crystal clear, you're still not getting the full picture. Okay. That's just the way trauma works. It's just the way it works out with people. We do not absorb all of the details when we're going through a trauma. But if you start writing things down, there are going to be details that you put down in that journal that you didn't pick up on. Even in the moment, even as you're writing it, you are not going to think about it. But later on, you're going to come back to your journal. You're going to flip this bad boy open and you're going to be like, there's an answer. I know I wrote the answer down for myself back then. Who knew? It is a wonderful thing. Okay. I need you to start doing this. 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening. I need you to commit to that. You do not have to write an entire book. Hey, Barbara, glad you're here. Glad you made it. We're going to talk about what your questions too. But just 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening, do your journaling. Okay. Sit down, give yourself that little bit of self care at least, along with your deep breathing. Do this for yourself. Do this to help you get to a place where you can actually go back and pick out everything that you need to start to move forward. Okay. It will be in the journal. I promise you. Barbara, you say you usually journal? Good. Be journaling. I'm trying to tell you, the thing is, when we start taking care of ourselves, when we start acting like we care about our own mental health, about moving forward, it inspires them. They want to come along. So you just focus on that, focus on your thing, focus on your journaling, focus on your deep breathing, focus on your healing path. I'm trying to tell you, it's inspiring to them. Okay. You'll be in a whole different place before you know it because you just decided to go ahead and take care of your part. All right. All right. Next thing, I need you to cultivate an attitude of gratitude. Okay. If you are always thinking about the bad, okay? Your brain is designed for confirmation bias. Your brain is designed to give you feedback that is based upon what you keep thinking. So if you are constantly in a negative space, your brain will do everything it possibly can to confirm that yes, indeed, you are in a negative space. It will only pick out the negative things. If you change it around, purposely make your brain start to look for the things that you are grateful for every single solitary day, it starts to shift your bias. It starts to make your brain look for the things that are grateful in your day, the things that are happy, the things that make you happy in your day. All right. It is a very, very simple thing that you can do every day that's going to help your healing immediately. So I need you to be grateful. Okay. So tell me, this is Thirsty Thursday, and I always want to know, what's your good news? Tell me some good news that has happened for you this week. Something you are grateful for, a good thing, a happy thing that you can definitely recognize. You know for sure that it was a good thing and you want to celebrate it. I'm going to shout you out, okay? I will shout you out on the Healing Hour Live with some good news. I love some good news, all right? Barbara, you said breathing is sometimes helpful. He thinks I'm mad when I deep breathe, though. Even though I tell him I'm not mad, I'm just breathing. Continues accusing me because I look like I'm mad. Because you're trying to control yourself. You let him know beforehand. Let him know before you actually start doing it. Like, okay, look, hey, I'm about to do my deep breathing. I had a lady that used to be in one of my classes, and she every time she went, her husband would be like, "Oh, you're okay? You're calming down? Things all right?" He would check with her every single time. So it's a good thing that he's noticing. He is paying attention to it. So you're doing it consistently enough that he is actually focusing on it. He is like, "Oh, this is a thing you are doing." All right. So if you tell him ahead of time, "Hey, I'm about to do my deep breathing real quick. I'm not mad at you. I'm just doing my deep breathing. This is for me, not because I'm mad at you." It'll be a little bit easier, all right? So, okay, good idea. It'll make it a little bit easier because it's so funny because men are taught that when we sigh, when we deep breathe, that something is wrong. Like, and think about it honestly, truthfully, because I was like that. If I was sighing or if I was deep breathing, something was wrong. So it takes them a little bit of time to understand that actually, no, this is not a bad thing. She's just gaining control of herself. She's not asking me to fix her. She is working on her own thing that inspires them. All right. So it'll be good. It'll be good. All right. Anybody got any good stuff going on? Nada, you got anything going over there? I know you're feeling better, so hey, I feel like that's a good thing. Is that something we can be grateful for? Let me know, Nada. Oh, let's I don't see anything at the moment. Nadia said, "You sick with COVID?" He made me dinner and brought it to me. Grateful for that. Look at him being on top of that. That's what I'm talking about. See you sick, knows that he has to take care of his baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's some good stuff. Look, did you even have to tell him that? You didn't even have to tell him that, did you? He knew she is sick. She needs to be fed. Let me go feed my baby. All right. I'm grateful for that too. Oh, let's see. Anything else? Anybody else want to tell me anything good happening in your lives? I see you hanging out on Facebook. Come on and tell me some good news. You know, I love to shout out the good news. I love sharing good news. Good news is a wonderful thing. If you share good news, it makes more light. You know what I mean? Like you can share bad news. You can share things that are going on with you that are bad, but that kind of can bring other people down. But when you are actively sharing good things that have happened to you, people love to be around you. People want to hear more from you because you've got that good attitude. You've got that gratefulness flowing from you. And so they know, hey, they're going to look for good things and they're not going to look for bad things. And then people want to be around you more, you know? Barbara, you say grateful for my loving cat. You got a loving one? That's a hard thing to do. That's impressive right there. You got a cat that actually loving on you? Dang, I'm impressed. Mine was always very, very aloof. My cat would come, like do stuff like come lay on my feet when I like sitting on the toilet. That's the most love that I could get for the most part. That was about it. All right. So got gratefulness down. If you got any other things that you're grateful for, feel free to let me know because I want to hear it. But we'll move on. Move on. The last thing that I want you all, whew, I want you to do, and I request it every week, and I know it's difficult, but I want you to really work on this. Stop asking all those questions. Okay? Stop. Just stop. Don't do it to yourself. There is no need. Okay? Almost everybody that I talk to, they're like, okay, I asked the people that have asked all the questions. They ask all the questions. They get to the end of their mental list of questions, and then they still are dissatisfied because none of the answers that you're going to get are going to satisfy you. That's crazy. Like, what answer can you get about this affair that is going to make you feel better? Like, what answer is going to make you say, "Oh, I truly believe everything that you're saying, and I feel at peace with it"? What part of that? What specific question do you think you can ask that is going to get? All right, I need you to stop trying to get there through the questions with him. You're gonna find the healing path, but it's not gonna come from his answers to the questions. Okay, it's just not. It is not gonna come from there. All right. Now you say you'll be proud of me. I've not asked a single thing. Not even how are you. See, you can wish him a good day. You can say, I hope you have a great day today, honey. You can say that, but it's putting a question mark at the end of that sentence that throws it off. When we are anxious and we are upset, we tend to ask a lot of questions and men know that. So when you stop asking those questions, they immediately start focusing in like, why is she not asking me 18 million questions a day? What's going on over here? Now he's starting to pay more attention to you. Now he's starting to look at you instead of you having to be like, hey, me. You don't have to do that as much because your interaction has become more valuable. All of a sudden, it's not just an interrogation every time he talks to you. It's just regular conversation. It's talking to the person that he loves again instead of being interrogated about everything. Trying to tell you, it works like a dream. Okay, if you have been asking a bunch of questions, try not. Try stopping all those questions. I promise you it will be better. And I don't want you, it's not just, oh, let them off the hook. That's not what this is about. problem with asking those questions is your brain is in overdrive about asking those questions because of trauma. It's a trauma response. It's what people do. You look for dangers. You ask these questions. You try and find out as much information as you possibly can. And then you use it to justify why you keep this wall up to this person. That's what your brain is doing. I know your brain tells you, oh, if you ask this question, it will help you heal. Your brain is a liar, okay? Your brain will lie to you in a heartbeat, okay? I don't know if anybody's ever seen, I like Elise Myers on like YouTube and Facebook and, all of the things. And she had a little song, it was a little ditty that said, just because you think it doesn't mean that it's true. Your brain's a little bitch and likes to lie to you. Okay? Seriously. Seriously. That's the way it goes. Your brain will lie and tell you, oh, we can heal up if you just answer these questions, if he just answers you honestly. But then that's the thing. Okay, are you gonna believe it honestly? Are you gonna believe it? If you're in the midst of trauma, you're not going to actually believe the answers to anything you get anyway. So it's just going to make you feel worse. It's just going to make you feel like you're being lied to, and you can't get anywhere down the healing path like that. All right. Barbie, you say he doesn't ask me any questions and I feel ignored. No, I'm talking about you asking him questions. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you asking him questions, asking him about doing stuff, asking him about how he feels, asking him about what he thinks, even, down to how are you doing today? I mean, don't ask him any. Just because you would feel ignored doesn't mean that he would. He would probably feel intrigued. All of a sudden, you're not asking a million questions. All of a sudden, something has changed here that gets his attention. So try it out, Barbara. Let me know this upcoming week how that goes, okay? Because seriously, it works really well. If you stop asking all those questions, it leaves room for him to cross to you with information instead of you demanding information, trying to pull information. Does that make sense? It's You're trying to change up this whole dynamic here. We Right now you're in pain and things are not going the way that you want them to go. So we need to flip the dynamic, do things differently, shake things up a little bit, and make it so that he's reacting to things instead of you always reacting to things. All right, that makes sense? All right. So your brain will tell you that you need the answers to these questions, and it will get to be like an itch in your brain. Your brain will be like, you have to ask the questions. You have to ask the questions. Okay. If your brain starts chanting that, all right, I got better questions for you. Okay. Instead of asking about the relationship itself or what went wrong or how was the sex with her or when did you first start falling for any of that. All of that, it's bad. It's all bad. Instead of asking those questions about the thing that is going to hurt you badly, okay? When you get these answers, even when you get them, you're going to be hurting more because you got these answers. So let's do something a little different, all right? This is the and, THEAND. This is the Healing Edition deck. Excellent questions. It's 199 questions that are healing about your relationship. They're just talking about your relationship, but it's not anything to accuse each other. It's simple, basic questions. You can deal out about 2 to 3 of these cards. You do not need a ton of them, okay? You do not need 6, 7 of these cards, okay? Even if you really, really want to talk, you really, really want to communicate, 2 or 3 tops, okay? Don't go overboard with this. This deck is about $30 on Amazon. Don't go hard. You will do well with a couple of questions, okay? Does not take a million questions to start feeling like you're really communicating with each other with this deck, okay? So I'll give you a couple. First thing is, what do you cherish most about our connection? See, would you be able to come up with that question in the state that you're in right now? Would you feel like you could come up with a question that good? What do you cherish most about our connection? Way better question than you want to ask, right? Way better question. All right. Second thing is, why do you think I am in this relationship? Isn't that an interesting question? Wouldn't you like to know that from your honey? Wouldn't you like to know that? Truth be told, I'm in this relationship because I found somebody who loves me and accepts me exactly the way I am. And I truly enjoy that. That is my reason. That's my why that I'm in this relationship. Even though, even through cheating, even through all of that, he is still that person that made me feel like that. So that's my why. I hope he knows that. All right. Third one is, how has our relationship remained the same over time? Now, how has changed? How has it remained the same? I like that. That's a good one. We're pretty consistent. We're consistently always dependent on one another. We don't really try and depend on anybody else. We're a unit. And so like anybody else, we don't really worry about. All right. So aren't those questions better? Aren't those better than the ones that you were thinking of asking? I know they are. They're good questions. They're way better questions than the ones you want to ask. Okay. Instead of asking terrible things that are going to make you feel bad and you're not going to even accept them fully anyhow, let's try asking a couple of those instead. All right. That makes sense. I don't want you out here. It reduces a lot of stress when you stop asking all those questions because you have a lot of expectation, anticipation when you are asking all those questions, when they're constantly going through your brain, and it feeds into the anxiety that you feel, the fear that you feel after this trauma. And so then it becomes a habit. It becomes this rut that gets worn in your brain because you keep thinking about these terrible questions and this story that you want to hear the answers to. And so then you're struggling and you don't know why you're struggling. It's because you have made a loop in your brain and dug down into it, and now you're in a rut. Now you can't get out of it. So I want you to be focusing, pay attention. Do not ask any questions this week. See if you can get away with not a single question and see by the end of the week if his behavior isn't differently towards you. All right. Be paying attention. Pay attention to what you do, but be paying attention to how he reacts to it. Some of them get a little anxious. Some of them be like, okay, what? What is wrong? You're not talking to me. You're not. And you just tell them, be like, I am practicing not asking a whole bunch of questions. And if you tell him that and let him know, I'm just practicing that. It was an exercise that a coach told me about, and I decided to go ahead and try it and see if I can get through the week without asking you a whole bunch of questions. And see what it says, see what happens. All right. All right. So that's the basics. That's the stuff that I'm always, always, always going to tell you every time we get together. I want you to know these things, okay? These are the things that you can do right now that are going to help you along the healing path, get you to a better place, make you feel less anxious, get you back regulated, get your emotions back under control. Because what we're trying to do is regulate our emotions after a trauma. That's what basically this is. All of this healing is saying is we're trying to regulate our feelings after a trauma. So instead of focusing on the negative, we focus on the things that we can control. We can control our breathing. We can control our journaling. We can control how many questions we ask. We can control being grateful over being miserable. You might not get to happy. You might not get quite to happy, but you can get from miserable to grateful in a step instead of trying to make the huge step of miserable to happy again. All right. It doesn't feel genuine when you do that. Do it that way. If you can jump from miserable to, well, there are great things that are happening in my life, and I can't deny that. And there are good things for me, and they do make me happy. You can't argue with that. The trauma can't argue with that. And so then you can make that step a little bit easier. All right. All right. Answering questions time. Miss Barbara, I'm about to answer your question since you are here. And I am loving that she gave me such a good question to work with. There it is. All right. Okie dokie. You were saying you want to know how to deal with him continuing to lie and break promises while working on reconciliation? Well, just the basics. Going back to what we were just talking about, stop asking questions. That continuing to lie. Look, if we keep having these interactions where we are questioning, you're going to come up with a whole bunch of times where he could lie. And the thing is, everybody actually does that. Everybody lies a little bit in their day-to-day conversation, even when you're not meaning to. Little white lies come out. So first thing, try not asking the questions. See what happens when you take that part of the equation away. And what does he say without you asking, without you working on it, without you expecting any promises? What does he do when you do that? All right. But okay, I was asking you what is he lying about and what promises was he breaking? He said he will talk to the doctor about depression, anxiety, ED, and then he forgot to tell the doctor. All right. I can understand that. All right. A lot of people do that. A lot of people do that. A lot of men have a very difficult time talking with their doctor about depression, about anxiety, and definitely about ED. I know that ED medication is all on TV and everything, but they feel very embarrassed about it, and they feel very, very vulnerable about it. And especially if their doctor has not made them think that, oh, this will be well received by them, sometimes they will avoid that. He may need actually a therapist to talk to about his depression, anxiety, just on general purpose. He may want to work with that instead of like his regular doctor. And then the ED, a lot of the time, when you can lift up the depression and the anxiety, the ED solves itself. There is, Robin Williams is such a wise man. I'm trying to tell you, I've used this ever since I heard it in the special. He said, God gave men a brain and a penis and only enough blood to operate one at a time. Okay. And I found that to be true. I have found that to be absolutely true from Robin Williams, that indeed that is the way it works. So if he's depressed, if he's anxious, that blood flow is going up here to this head. It's not going where it's supposed to go. Okay. So then he is thinking too much. It's the same thing that happens with women who are trying to dealing with intimacy again after infidelity. All the blood is rushing up to your head. You're thinking too hard and not actually being present in your body. All right. So, Barbara, while you are working with him and you're working on your own deep breathing, this, get him to do deep breathing with you a couple of times a day. Get him to do that with you. That's a simple thing. It helps with depression. It helps with anxiety. It can help with the ED by delivering better oxygenation to his bloodstream. Try that. Try that first before we even, try and get him to the doctor. See if you can get him to do a little deep breathing with you. See if you can get him to just slowly, deeply inhale and exhale alongside you and see where some of that starts to go. All right. But all right, honestly, it's not surprising that he didn't want to talk to his doctor about it. It's not terribly surprising. It does not mean that he does not want this to get better. It probably means that he feels either hopeless about it getting better or embarrassed about it getting better. So that's not actually a strange thing. Um, let's see. It says he will see me more than go silent for 3 days, which is less. Do you not live in the same house? Let me know. Um, yeah, let me know about that, Barbara. Do you not live in the same house? What do you mean not see you? If he's just being quiet, couldn't that just be quiet? If you are in the same house, that's actually something that I teach in my mastermind class. Um, Peaceful silence. Actually, it's in my book too. It's in my book, the Wifey Handbook too. Um, Sit with him and be quiet. There's nothing wrong with being quiet together. A lot of men enjoy very much just being in the same space, but not actually interacting. It's just the idea. I can reach out and touch you. You're right here. You're with me. I can smell your smell. I can see you. You can look up at me and smile from across the room, but it doesn't have to necessarily be an interaction. So try that. Try that too. Okay. And you see that I'm trying to work with you on things that you can do, because I understand that you get upset about him doing these things. But at this point, all you can do is something about how you're feeling about it. You can't force him to change. You can't make him do what you're saying. But if you change how you're reacting to it, then his response is naturally going to change too. Hey, Maka's mom, I see you over there on Instagram, girl. Hey, glad you're here. So, okay, that's the second thing. Silence is not a bad thing. Okay. I used to feel like that a lot. I was very, very self-conscious about it, because I thought that if my husband was sitting next to me and he wasn't saying anything, then he must be thinking about how much he doesn't want to talk to me and he doesn't like me and he doesn't have anything that he wants to say. And it's just that he didn't have anything to say at the moment. His mind was free. He was happy we were in the same space. He didn't have anything to say. And I was taking it as a bad thing, but it doesn't have to be a bad thing. So try that. Try to interact with him the way he is doing it. If he is silent, if he's doing the silence thing for 3 days, sit down and do it alongside him. Focus your energy on emanating peace, just pushing peace and tranquility and happiness and just all of the good emotions that you possibly can through your pores as you sit there with him, and let the silence be a good thing. Expect it to be a good thing. Say that it's a good thing. Enjoy it as a good thing. All right. That doesn't mean that he wants to see you less. A lot of the time they just enjoy it. It makes them happy. I know it seems like it's bad for us, but sometimes they just, they like it. So, okay, if he's quiet, all right, you said you're separated, living apart. Okay, can we stop that? I know that might be a lot to ask right now, but okay, you're saying that he's quiet. Is he quiet near you? Is he quiet in the same space as you, or what? You just don't talk at all for 3 days? That's what's going on? I mean, no. And says he doesn't remember saying X, Y, Z about the grandchildren. Let's yeah, and let's not bring all that into about the grandkids. All right, if you're making plans or whatever, I understand if you get mad about him not following through with a plan. But right now, if you two are trying to heal, let's make it be about you all instead of about what he said about other people. That makes sense. Says we'll go XYZ and then doesn't mention it again and says I didn't say that. Is he having trouble with his memory? How old is he? You're talking about he's got depression, anxiety, ED. You say y'all been together for like 25 years. How old is he? Is he having memory troubles? Maybe have memory trouble. Sometimes that happens. Let me know. Separate, living apart. Okay. But you want to work it out. But that's hard when you're apart, and then you're like, well, you're supposed to come and be with me more. We could just live together. The whole separated thing, I think makes things so much more difficult. I feel like if you love somebody, you want to be with them, go ahead and act like you want to be with them. Don't be separated and then try and say, oh, we're trying to work it out. We're trying to connect, but you're not actually connecting because you're keeping that wall up by keeping them away from you. So it's hard to do both at the same time. You know what I mean? If you're separated, you're like, oh, I'm expecting a whole bunch of stuff from you. Come on home. You know, stopped all communication for 3 days, texts, emails, phone calls. Doctor says no memory trouble, but he's 77 though. But he's climbing up there though. All right, and the doctor may say he doesn't have any memory trouble, but as you keep on going, things don't necessarily flow as well. And then you're not in the same house. And where is he? Where is he all by himself? I, you know, that see that that's I don't think that's good either. Is he by himself? Are you by yourself? Oh, that's not great, especially for anxiety and depression. If you want the anxiety and depression, get together. The whole separation thing is probably making that worse, isn't it? Let me know. Goodness, Barbara, I want this to work all out for you. I do. But it's easier if you all are in the same house. Who's he staying with? Who are you staying with? Are y'all like completely like alone? You're in your own place, he's in his own place? Yes, both by ourselves, 2 years. Why are we still doing this? Why are we not just going ahead and reconnecting? You're keeping a wall up. You're like, I want you to connect with me. I want you to reach out to me. I want you to be with me. But then you're still keeping the wall up. No, we got to still be separated. It's been 2 years. Like, at what point do we stop that? Like, if you want to get closer, wouldn't that be how you do it? Oh, let me know. Let me know. Okay. See somebody 15 years. Hold on. Let me back up here. Oh my gosh. Computer's slow today. All right. Let's see. Must be the internet. Who said 15 years? I can't see. Was that you, Joni? Let me open this all the way up. Good Lord. It is so slow. Trying to open this up so I can go back to the comments because I can't see who said that. I think that was you, Joni. Okay, all right, there we go. Johnny said, our 15th anniversary was this week, and I hated the day. I felt like the marriage has been a lie. How was the marriage a lie? Did you lie? How could your marriage be a lie if you were truthful? You've been together for 15 years. I don't think that makes the marriage a lie. How does that make the marriage a lie? Let me know. See, that's the type of stuff that the fear and the pain tell you. That's the type of stuff right there that you got to watch out for. The fear and the pain will tell you lies like that. Oh, this whole marriage was a sham. It was a lie. It was never real. And that's not true at all. You've been together for 15 years. If it wasn't real, you would have known that by now. That is just because this has happened now does not mean that your actual marriage, the relationship that you had together, was a lie. All right, and that's not what that means. Let's see. Places. Okay, Joni said, "How do we get past Valentine's Day for the first one after D-Day? I'm not looking forward to it. Low key. Keep it low key. Keep it connection, something we can do together, where you're kind of out of the way. Like, try and make it something like a home date. Okay, so because we're not out in the public and not seeing all the hearts and the flowers, everybody all kissy huggy and lovey dovey, it's a little tense when you do that because then you're like, see, my life isn't like that. But it doesn't necessarily have to be. It doesn't mean that anything is really wrong between you if you're not all like that right now. Sometimes there are ups, sometimes there are downs. So I say, like, make it be a home date. Make it be something that you do together, that you mark this occasion as we love one another and we're going to treat each other like we love one another, but it's not for the public. It's not for showing off in public. It is for the two of us. Okay, does that make sense to you, Johnny? Oh, okay. And Barbara, you said, okay. And you got your own places. You said, this is the fourth time I've left. Each time I go back, things revert in about 2 months. Revert how? Because you're saying right now you're not happy with the way things are. Like, what are they reverting to? What is happening then? You need to go home. Barbara, you need to go home. I'm I'm not I'm gonna back up and just go ahead and tell you that. You need to go home. You need to go home and decide that you're going to stay home. Because this is what's happening. You want connection and then you keep running. It doesn't work like that. And ignores you. Okay, are you expecting like all his attention? Like, what are you expecting as far as he's ignoring you? What are you expecting from that? Because he can't be your sole source of entertainment. He can't be constantly in your face, constantly reassuring you, constantly doing that. That's exhausting. That's too much to ask for one person. So are you saying that he just completely, it just acts like you're not even there, doesn't speak to you, doesn't do anything with you, or he's not giving you as much attention as the fear and the pain are demanding from him? Let me know which one. All right. Does that make sense to you? Which one is it? Is it we just don't spend any time at all together? He just stops dealing with me at all? Or the fear and the pain tell me that he should be doing more. He should be spending more time with me. He should be jumping some hoops. He should be acting like he loves me. He should be groveling on his knees. Like, which one? Said, right, acts like I'm not there. Do you got other things going on, Barbara? Because most of the time when women tell me that, it is because you're sitting home and you're looking at him and you're like, entertain me, talk to me, let's do some stuff together, but you don't have any other things going on with you. Is that what's happening there? That's a lot of the time what I hear. You need to make sure that you got some stuff going on for yourself. Okay. You need to have your attention where you focus your attention elsewhere sometimes, where he has to look up and be like, where Barbara go? Where's she at? What's she doing? Make him call you. Make him be like, oh yeah, she's not here. And I'm used to her being here. And all of a sudden she's not here. So no, you don't have any of those things going on. I need you to start getting some stuff going on. I need you to start getting some stuff going on. There is nothing in the world that makes a man pay more attention to you than having your own thing going on. I'm trying to tell you. I wrote my book. My book is the Wifey Handbook. It's on Amazon too, just so you all know. You all can definitely go grab one of those. But as I was writing it, like I was always demanding more attention. I was like, why don't you interact with me, play with me, talk to me, watch TV with me? And he had always said, I can't be your sole source of entertainment. So I got my own source of entertainment. I wrote my first book. And as I was writing it, I could not get him out of my face. Not for nothing. If I'm typing in it deep, he wants to talk. He wants to interact. He wants to be with me. So when you've got your own thing going on, that's actually a part of the 180. If you've ever read the rules to the 180 before, it's one of the things in the 180. It is do your own thing. Go out, go with friends, go to church, go volunteer, whatever it is that brings you some light and some joy and you enjoy. All right. Something that you can go do. And then when you come back in, you have something to talk about. If you want a whole bunch of attention on you, but you have nothing to talk about, like you're boring. That's how I had to figure it out about myself. I was being really boring. I wanted him to just be in my face and love, 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 and pay attention to me and give me all of this feedback. Because Bobby said that's true. You become boring. You don't have anything to say because you don't have a life. You got other things that you got going on. Then you can talk about it. Then we can sit down and we can have a great conversation because I'm telling you something you don't know. I am informing you about my day. Hey, guess what happened today? Guess what it is today? Now, I got that now. Now, sometimes he doesn't want to hear about y'all. Sometimes he doesn't. But I talk about y'all a lot. So I got my own thing. I got my own thing that is interesting to me, that I love doing, that involves me, that makes me feel good about my place in the world. And I can go back home and I'm fulfilled from that. And then if I can get a little extra time with him too, hey, bonus, great. I get that too. So I want you to start trying to fill up your own cup. I want you to have things that make you excited, things that you want to do, that you're excited about, that make you feel like your life is worthwhile. Then you can chat, you know? He said, I did almost everything by myself: church, movies, swimming, eating out, watching TV. He's on computer constantly. Well, yeah. I can understand that because he's getting a little up there now. I was a nurse for a long time, in late 70s, early 80s. People are trying to chill. They sitting around, they watching TV. So if you go ahead and go do your own thing and you come home lit up from within, because I'm trying to tell you, when I go swimming, I come home, endorphins flowing, feeling good, ready to sit down and chit chat for a little while. You know what I mean? Don't make it be that, oh, it's bad that I had to go do things for myself. You should be doing things by yourself. You should be doing things that make you excited to go out and be amongst people. And then if you come back home and you can chill with him, or even better, you can come back home and you all can just do quiet together. I'm trying to try that. Try that. I'm telling you, it is a game changer. If you learn to be peacefully silent right alongside him, it is game changer. Okay. All of a sudden he'll want to talk to y'all a doggone time. All right. You love to swim too? I love to swim. I come home, I'm lit up. I'm coming home, I got the endorphins flowing. He can't make me mad because I'm feeling good and I'm just happy to be around him at that point. I have done something that has fulfilled me, and I get to go and sit with him, be quiet, chill, maybe watch a little bit of TV. If he's on the computer, look see what he's doing on the computer. You know what I mean? Just have fun. All right. Because mom, you said, what's the book name? I'm trying to look on Amazon. I want to get it. Oh, it is the Wifey Handbook. That was my first book. That was a long time ago. I wrote that. I wrote that before I got all into the fact that so many people were suffering after infidelity. I was writing that from like the perspective of um you can have bad things happen in the relationship, but you all can get through it. Like I did come from that angle, but it wasn't specifically about cheating. So it's more general. It's more things that you can do. And again, I am never going to write a book. I'm never going to tell you anything about what he can do. Okay. I'm never going to do that. That is never going to come out of my mouth. Don't even expect that. I am always going to tell you what you can do to heal. All right. Because when you change, things change around you. Okay. It is magic. Okay. When you start to change, when you start heading down a healing path, things around you start to change, and they lean towards healing too. All right. Okay. Let's see. Barbara, you said, okay, doesn't align with my idea of marriage is having fun together. That's not all of marriage, though. You can have some fun together, but I mean, you all have been together for a lot of years, haven't you? You didn't have any fun with him at all? Are you trying to say now is the only time that you're going to get to have fun? Because I'm like, at a certain point, you go through phases in life. If you've been married for a good long while, you can get to the phase where one person is a little more tired than the other person. One person is like, hey, I would rather stay home. My sciatica is acting up. You know, it's not as much fun for me. That was a big thing with us. I had real bad sciatica for a little while, and I didn't want to go do anything. I didn't. My husband loves a amusement park, and he wanted to go to the movies, and I was like, dude, I can't even sit for that long. And I'm not even that old, okay? But I got sciatica and it was miserable. So as that is misery, like I didn't want to do all the things with him. It was easier for me to be at home. It was easier for me, and I was in less pain when I was at home. If he is dealing with depression, dealing with anxiety, first of all, that's not two things that make you really want to go out and do stuff. That in and of itself. But okay, even then, um, depression, anxiety, he's getting up in age, so arthritis starts kicking in. You start being more sore. He might just not be able to keep up with you as much as he used to. And it's not about not loving you. It's just the fact that he's 77. He's getting up there and he's getting a little tired. You know, that doesn't necessarily mean that things are bad between the two of you. It just means that he is feeling a little bit slower than you are. That doesn't mean you give up on your stuff. That doesn't mean that you stop going out and doing things that bring you joy and liveliness. You say he goes out and does what he wants to do, but doesn't join me. But what is he doing though? If he's just going out and sitting in Hardee's for half hour and sipping on a coffee, so like what is he actually doing? Is he doing stuff that you would want to find fun? Is the stuff that he's doing stuff that you would think was fun? If so, go join him. But if not, then just enjoy the time that you have apart and then come back together and just enjoy the time that you have together. You don't have to be doing something to be loving together. Because I think that's what you're saying. You're like, we have to be doing something together to have fun. And you don't necessarily have to. You said he volunteers and plays piano. Well, okay, that sounds like a good thing. You don't do that? Are you trying to tell me you have never had fun together? Is that what you're saying? Or you're saying like now you want that to be happening? If he's volunteering and playing piano, sounds like you can go along and volunteer. Sounds like you might need to accompany on the piano. What you gonna sing a little bit? You can sing a little bit. You can go do things that he likes to do too. It doesn't necessarily have to be. Yeah, okay, so it's now. Yeah. So it's not like you have had a life together where you haven't had any fun together. It's just the fact that you're in a little bit of a different phase of life right now. He might be slowing down. That's just, it just may be that. He may just be at the point where he just is not keeping up as much as you want him to. Going out volunteering a little bit, playing the piano and sitting down. So it's a whole lot of activity. Volunteering, if he goes out and volunteers, go volunteer with him. Go hang out and do the thing that he likes to do too. We had a lot of fun earlier. Well, dang, you got to revel in that fun that you had together and enjoy the more quiet now. Because again, different phases of life. Yeah, earlier when we were younger, yeah, we were having a whole bunch of wild in the streets fun. But it changes as you get a little bit older, you know? And that's hard too, because my husband he's always telling me how old he is. I'm always telling him you're not old, and I get if that's where it is. Like you don't want to admit to yourself that he is getting older. I don't like to admit that to myself that he's getting older because he's 10 years older than me, so I don't like to admit that. But it's still a fact of life, though. It's still a truth, you know. But if he's going and doing stuff, go hang out with him. Let's see. There was somebody else. Somebody else had a question. Oh, there it is. Okay. Lizzie said, husband's treating the wife bad after he was caught cheating. Husband's making the wife feel like she deserves to be cheated on and to be treated bad. Oh yeah, that's a whole bunch of guilt, Lizzie. That's what that is. That is a whole bunch of I feel bad, I did wrong, so I'm not gonna admit that it was me that did wrong. I'm gonna say that it was you trying to make you feel bad about it, so I don't have to feel so bad about it. But it doesn't work because the guilt is still there. He's still gonna feel guilty about it. As far as treating you bad, I say go ahead and try the 180 for that. If he's acting a fool, the 180 is kind of designed for that. It's like if he's acting a fool, if he's about to leave, if he's messing with the other woman still, the 180 is real good for that. The 180 makes you take all of that energy that you've been focusing outward on him and turn it towards yourself. It's not about having an attitude with him. It's not about like giving him the silent treatment. It's about moving on with life. I This hurt me, but I'm not gonna sit here and stay hurt. I'm not gonna stay stuck in this hurt right now. I am gonna push forward. I'm gonna move past it. And so when you start doing the things that are in the 180, you start moving past it. And then they see that and they're like, ooh, I better catch up. I better do right. I better make sure that I don't lose her because she's traveling down the healing path. The way that I describe it is we were both lost in the woods. If you're listening to me, I'm trying to help you find your path. I'm trying to help you find the healing path out of the dark woods. And as you get on that path and you start to walk that path and he sees you from the back, that's what this is. He's going to see you from the back. He's going to see you have good solid footing. You got a path underneath you. You're walking a path. He's going to be like, ooh, I guess she has the right answers. Let me follow her out of the woods. So that's what it is. Doing the 180, it's going to help you Get yourself out of the woods, and then he'll follow behind you. So look that up, Lizzie. In the group, just put 180 in the search, and it will pop right up. We posted it several times, so you have it. The only one that I say don't do is the one that says don't say you love them. I say if you love somebody, say you love them. But other than that, go for all of them. Try and work it out and see how many of them that you can do, and don't go backwards. It says, be polite, be cheerful, be willing to talk, but not constantly pursuing talking. Stuff like that. I'm trying to tell you, it works miracles. All of a sudden, he'll be chasing behind you, and you'll be like, "What?" It'll be a much better dynamic than it is right now with him being all mad because he got caught. But that's all it is. He's mad because he got caught. Try the 180, implement that, and see doesn't he act better after that. All right. Because mom said, he said the connection won't work. Oh, wait. All right, back up. All right, I'm finding it so hard to fight against overthinking. The place he's staying at, the woman selling the house, so he's staying at his friend's house that's married. So now we won't be able to video chat, but he said the connection won't work for video chat. I'm thinking, what if it's another woman he's staying with and can't video chat and have to always step out of the house to talk to me? Well, I mean, he's in the house with like a married couple. He should kind of step out and talk to you away from the couple. As far as video chat, hey, look, internet, like right now, my computer is all slow, and I keep seeing that it keeps on doing dark screens in between. Okay, so yeah. Right? Sometimes it's just the internet connection. Sometimes it's all it is. Don't assume the worst. There's a saying, when you hear hoof beats in Central Park, don't think zebras. That's what we're trying to do here. Think horses. It's more than likely a horse. If you hear hoofbeats in Central Park, chances are it is not a zebra rolling up on you. It is chances are a horse. All right. We got to think about what the most likely scenario is. The most likely scenario is that the internet sucks. That's the most likely scenario. If he is with another woman, let's say he is living with somebody else, that is going to come to light very quickly. Okay, it's not gonna be like a long period of time before you're like, hey, you're doing something wrong. Okay, you're not. It's gonna be clear. It's not gonna be a suspicion. It's not gonna be anxiety that, oh, what if he's with somebody else? You're gonna be pretty doggone clear about what he's doing if he actually happens to be with somebody else. He's gonna act completely different. He's gonna start acting completely different than he has been acting, and you're gonna be clued right in. That's how. Oh, the 180. Oh yeah, okay, you got it, Barbara. Yeah, the 180 is in the group. All you gotta do is put 180 in there, and it pops right up. But Barbara, I don't want you holding back. I want you to go home. I want you to go ahead and love your boo. Let the wall down. Go home. Okay. If we could just get home and work through these things, I'm trying to tell you, Barbara, you want to join my After Infidelity Mastermind? Let me know if you want to join on in with that. And Josie, you too. I want women who are trying to get through this, who are struggling with it. I got a lot to teach you about that. I got a lot to teach you about the expectations, the things that other people tell you that are supposed to work. I'm not telling you a lot of the stuff that they say is supposed to work. A lot of the things that your brain and your anxiety tell you should work, I'm trying to tell you they won't work. A lot of the anxiety is telling you negative things that are to isolate you. Like Barbara, you left. That was what happened. The fear told you that, oh no, I cannot be with you anymore. I must leave. And then you keep trying to get closer again, and then you leave again. So I'm going to tell you stuff about like getting past that, not doing what the fear and the pain tell you to do, so that you can actually get back to the loving part. And say, you 75, you up there too. I know, but he just might not be as fit as you. He might not be ready to do as much as you right now. All right, let's see. Any other questions, comments, thoughts, complaints, anything going on with you that I can answer real quick? Is this looking? Oh man, this the what you call it, the Facebook view looks horrible. I don't know what's going on with that. And then sometimes it just completely blanks out. Again, Makai's mom, yeah, like right now, can't see a doggone thing on Facebook. Can't see nothing. My video is not popping up. I can't see me. All right, you're so welcome, Barbara. I'm glad I can be here for you. I'm glad I can be here for all of you. I love to do this. I love to tell you about it. I want you to get out of pain. I want you to get unwrapped from what the fear and the pain and the anxiety and the hurt tell you to do. You got to stop doing all that. That's why I came up with dreams formula. You know what I mean? That dreams formula, I'm trying to tell you, it works super well. Decide that you want to heal and you want to reconcile and then act like it. Um, recognize that you're going to be afraid in doing something like that. It's a big thing, it's a scary thing. Push through the pain, push through the fear, do it anyway because you've already made the decision. E is evaluating the why. Why did this happen? Not for, oh, if I know why this happened, this will never happen to me again, but for love and compassion to figure out why your mate thought that this was a good thing to do in in his head. Apparently he was going through some pain, something went wrong. If you have some compassion for that why, you can start to actually heal because it'll be more loving instead of more accusatory. Allow the healing to happen. That's the A. You got to let the walls down. You got to bring yourselves back together. Stop being separated. Put your ring back on. Have sex again. All of the things that a couple does, you have to be anticipating doing those things consistently. Um, and managing those future feelings, you're going to be triggered. It is the way that trauma works. It affects your brain. It tells your brain, oh, you're not safe. And then you have to overcome your brain screaming, you're not safe, you're not safe, you're not safe all the time. You have to decide within yourself, I am safe with me. And yeah, other people are going to hurt me sometimes, but that doesn't matter. I'm safe with me. And then seek some support. That's what I'm here for. I am starting up another After Infidelity Mastermind group. Okay. I am trying to start it up next week. I already got people in, but I want a bigger group. I want more than just the people that I've got. So if you are interested in starting my group, if you're interested in After Infidelity Mastermind, you want to meet with me once a week for 12 weeks, okay? It's better than therapy. It's better than therapy because I know what I'm talking about. I have been there. I have actually healed from this. I can give you the tips. I can give you the pointers. I can point you on the healing path. I can push you down the path. Okay. I can do that for you. It's much better than therapy. Okay. I'm going to say, I'm going to claim that I am better than therapy. Okay. When it comes to this particular problem. So come join me. If you are interested, make sure that you message me. Let me know if you're interested in joining me for the After Infidelity Mastermind. 12 weeks, 12 weeks, hour-long meetings every single solitary week where you can talk to me. And then you're going to be in my Facebook group for the mastermind too. And you'll meet the other women who have been through the mastermind with me before in the group too. So you can go talk to people who have been through this with me, who understand what I'm talking about, who are getting results, and you can feel a little bit better about that. All right. So let me know if you are interested in joining me because I want you to come join me. I can't wait to make this a big old group. Oh, I just want to get as many women as out of pain as I possibly can this year. I am on it. I was aiming for 1,000 last year. I didn't even make 1,000 last year, but I'm going for 2,000 this year just cause. All right, I want to get 2,000 women out of pain this year, and I know how to do it. I know what to do. I know how to help you get there. You just got to come join me. Just got to come join me. All right, because mom, she knows. Tell them about it, girl. Tell them I can help you. I know how to help you. It's just a matter of standing up and taking the assistance. Okay, you got to seek the support and actually like join me. Okay, all right. He said, yes, send the information on the mastermind. Excellent. That's what I'm talking about, Barbara. Trying to tell you, come on, join with me. 12 weeks. It's a different, I'm trying to tell you, it at 6 weeks, everybody in the group was like, damn, it's different. Things feel different. Things are going well. It continues, it compounds. The more you work on it, the better and better it gets. All right. Barbara, I will send that to you. Because when you said I always come to you, it works. It works. She's telling you to. So I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about. I know how to get out of this hole. All right. That's what I want to help you do. I want to help you get out of this hole. I want you to get unstuck. You don't deserve to keep on hurting like this. You don't deserve to be this stressed out anymore. I know how to get out of that. I know that all of the things that don't work, and I can tell you things that don't work and I can get you in a better place. All right. All right, y'all. That is all I got for right now. Oh, hey, I didn't do an affirmation. Oh, let's see. Where's my affirmation cards? Oh, shucks. I don't know what I did with it. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. I'm going to do the one that's my favorite. My favorite affirmation, the one that I always said to myself, is I am feminine, I am beautiful, I am desirable. All right. Oh yeah, you missed the question cards. I did that at the beginning, but just go back to the once I get off here, you can just go back to the beginning. I did the cards, but that's my favorite affirmation. That was the one that I needed the most. That was the one that I did every single solitary day. I am feminine. I am beautiful. I am desirable. All right. Tell yourself good things. Okay. Tell yourself good things about you. You deserve to hear good things, especially from you. All right. So make sure that you are using your affirmations. Whatever you tell yourself on a consistent basis is an affirmation, whether it's a negative thing or not. All right. So you got to be mindful of that, because if you consistently tell yourself a terrible thing, your brain will believe you. But if you tell yourself a good thing, your brain will believe that too. So let's work on what we're telling ourselves, the story that we are telling ourselves moving forward, okay? Oh, Lord. That's it. That's all I got for you. I don't think there's any other questions. All right, we're good to go, I think. Barbara, I will send you information on the mastermind. It's good stuff, Barbara. I'm trying to tell you. I want you to join in. We're gonna have some fun. Joni, if you still here, I want you to join in too. I feel like you could get something from that being in the mastermind with me. All right, y'all. That's it. That's all I got for you. I will be back again next week. Still here. I will be back again next week, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Healing Hour Live. In the meantime, do your deep breathing, do your journaling, be grateful, stop asking all those questions, do your affirmations, and don't do what the fear tells you to do. All right. You'll just lead yourself back into the woods. All right. Until then, I love you and I'm so, so proud of you. And I will see you again next week for the Healing Hour Live. All right. Bye, y'all. Bye over there on Instagram. And bye over here on Facebook and YouTube. Oh, if I can get off. There we go.